Hi guys, let's wait a moment to see whether it's working, whether I'm live. I have 4 topics today that I will share shortly. But the first thing I had to deal with, something's changing, so it might work. I see myself, yay! Meow. Yes, and my cat is meowing too. Yeah, you want to join us? Come join. Okay, we're live. Woohoo! The first thing I still have to deal with is that my chat gets automatically translated. I changed the settings in Google, I changed the settings in the browser I use, but it still translates, so maybe next time it will be fixed. But to me it felt a little bit like, we will translate if you want it or not. We are helpful people. Sorry, this is my kind of humor. So just so you know, this is how I relieve myself of pressures I do not need anymore. Okay, now back to the serious stuff. So, there are no viewers yet. That's okay. 4 things I want to talk about in short. First is about the new sensations energetically, bodily, mentally, spiritually, maybe even for some, and how conversations are different now. And without going into too much detail, I will share what I personally experienced the last few days, because I think there has been a bigger shift than ever before. And I've been following a lot of other spiritual people for years. And I always found it a bit like that carrot on the stick feeling, like, oh, there's another feeling, or there's another channeling, or another this or that. And yes, I watched, but I chose consciously which people, so their energy, and I chose consciously, like when they use certain titles, then I try to sense underneath the title, based on maybe the thumbnail or something else, like what is underneath it. And what I enjoyed more, actually more than the videos, is the text. There are channelings that are just put out in text files. There's a website I follow for that. And there has been a period I followed it daily, and then I let it go again, you know, because my innate can tune in as well, and everybody can do that, so I don't need an outside source to inform me about any energies. But when you start out, you sort of, it's nice to check what you feel like. Is this collective energy or is it mine? When you start to learn that difference, then it's lovely that there's a source of multiple other channelers. So not just one, but multiple. And then it's like a referencing or a mirroring, like, oh, it's the same core theme or 2 themes, and I picked up on this, or I picked it up like that. And then also I learned to differentiate between what I observed myself, like just I observed a tingly sensation there in my body, or I observed that in general there was a feeling of people outside that was like unrest, for example, when I checked whether the unrest was coming from me or just from people, so it's a good tuning tool to check that then after that. So the observer, what you observe, and then what interpretation you give it, or the meaning it might have. It might not even have a meaning. It just is on some level. But I found it fascinating to be able to check that. So, and the titles of many videos have become more screaming, is how I would name that. So that about the first subject, I will go into that later. And then I have a second scene I will switch to, and that scene, I have to put it a bit like this, and then we will switch to the campfire. That's the second subject. Then the third subject, hello, the tallest ones, welcome. And then the third subject is when I will do I was testing a teleprompter, and that I found that very interesting, but then it didn't work really well, and I'm used to reading text and singing. So then I thought, maybe I ask AI to rewrite it in a way that I just have a normal text file and I will scroll myself. And I did that, and I made a short test. So I'm going to do that live again, because it's a lovely text about, you'll see. So that's the third subject. And the fourth thing I'd like to do today as a test also, because this is my creative studio. Let's go back to the creative studio. The fourth thing is that I would like to do a silent meditation. Just 10 minutes. And if you can only do 2 minutes and you leave, it's fine too. If you want to come back to it, it's fine too. And we just do it together, and let's see what that brings you. And I might give some pointers beforehand, or help you lead into it gently. That's sometimes helpful. Not during, not too much, not efforting or anything. Okay, let's read who's there. I'm not sure if this is translated or not, and because I'm speaking in English today, I will... greeting short ones, haha, smiley, and then all sorts of pictures. Hugs, Felicia, hugs back at you, although I do not know who you are. Hey, 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 hugs and fives. Then I know who you are. Hello, Elf. Welcome. Okay, so back to the subject. Where's my file? Here it is. Okay, yeah, so back to the first thing. That's about what I've experienced the last few days mainly, is when I wake up, and also sometimes in the evening, is that you have the air around you, right? And when you use your regular eyes, you just see objects and everything. You don't see the air unless there's smoke in the air. For example, when you smoke a cigarette. Good idea. But when I woke up like 2 days ago, I saw like little specks you could say, oh, that's just dust, but I know what dust looks like because I'm not that much of a cleaning lady lately, uh, although I am very good at it, professional even, for years. Um, but I really saw tiny round bubbles with all colors in them, so more white, and then sometimes red would light up or purple would light up, or another speck, a ball would be more like yellowish, and they were so tiny, they were tinier than dust. And I know dust can be like a little hair also, like bigger, longer structures, let's say, and they float on the on how the air waves, sort of, right? And then there are different sizes, so that's dust. But this was like perfectly round, and not orbs like in energy orbs, like bigger ones, like these ones, you know, that's what I've seen before also. And then there's this swirling energy in it, for example, or sometimes you can see like a being in there, or Merkaba field or whatever. But this was like tiny, 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 and I don't have very good eyes. And my first reaction was like, oh, am I lightheaded? You know? But I wasn't, because I always do, when I get up out of bed, I do sideways, and then I wait, and then I sit on the edge of the bed, and I wait, because of my back and everything. And then I wait, I take a few breaths, and then I greet my cats extensively, like, I'm glad you're here, darlings. And then I check them, see if they're okay, if they slept well and everything. And patting and hugging, of course, and kisses. And then like, okay, let's make food, you know. So there wasn't anything unusual about that. But then I saw those particles, and then first I thought, oh, that's just in the bedroom. So maybe there's some kind of lighting thing, you know, that's another thing. I'm pretty grounded. But then when I went to the toilet, because that's what I usually do in the morning, have a pee, that's healthy, normal. And then I saw it again. Then I thought, oh, then it's in my eyes, or it's in the air around me. And then it was like, how can I test this? Close your eyes. Is it still there or not? You know? So that was the start of it. Let's see, because someone wrote something. If I hold my mouse arrow over the sentences, then the translation can be seen as the original. So I have to really do that. Let's see. And oh, my new greeting sounds like whales. Hoo! That's nice. I thought my TV was broken, and I kept turning up the brightest until I wiped the screen one day. That's a very good example of dust. Men don't see dust. Women made it up. Ah, tell that to the fairies. Ah. Men, yeah, and then men can see shit on a bowl. We try to pee it off. That's true. I had a boyfriend, and I questioned him about his toilet, how do you say, interactions, and how men use a toilet bowl. I was fascinated somehow. And I know that in expensive hotels they have these little stickers of a fly, for example, and then they put them in the bowl so guys have something to aim for, and so it leaves less splattering of urine on the walls. So that's another thing. You always need to aim at something, it seems. So that means you are less perceptive of what goes on around your goal, right? And women are exceptionally good at seeing everything around it, but a goal is more difficult at times. Although not all women biologically are, you know, not goal oriented. Some are really goal oriented. So it all depends on your inner balance of the feminine and masculine energies, of course. We also piss on flies. Oh, you have a fly in the bowl. Or like real flies. Don't do that to real flies. They're just creatures. I get the feeling this is going to be a long life, so we better get on with it. We just don't like them. Ah, why not? Because they're black, that means they have all the colors in them, so they're actually one of the highest beings. Ha! If man can piss a fly in a bowl, we protected you from it. Ah, a man that protects women. Now that warms my heart, darling. But women are perfectly capable of defending themselves. Rah! What we need is you men to be balanced inside as well, and to not come from the mind only, but use your heart in what you do. That's how we create the balance between the sexes, and we get a healthier community thing, grouping, tribe, whatever, you know? I dislike flies because they're black. Yeah, fucking, that's the best problem they have, lol. Might I say that that was just your comment. You can say that. Oh, I have a cat here who wants to speak on behalf of all the black animals. Come. My black cat Lola is meowing next to me. Yes, we should respect all animals, no matter what color they have, is what she's saying, probably, is what I'm guessing now. I'm not in my animal communicator mode, but that's sort of what it is. And probably the real reason she's meowing is because she's hungry, but she has to wait. I'm getting super stoned. What are you smoking? Put it down. And growing taller, heart. If that's like a higher aspect of you that is taller and you're growing into that one, make sure it's a positive one so you can stay in the chat, you know, simply. Insects that are green are ninjas. Interesting idea. Shall we get back to what I was trying to share? Maybe that's great. Or if you would like to share, then you go live on your channel. You have a channel too, don't you? Okay, so the new sensations were these little particles, so there's light everywhere. And then there were conversations, like in the store. I'm not going anywhere far. But, so the store or the park is where I go slowly, sometimes. And I really noticed that people have changed, or I have changed, or everyone has changed, or the air has changed. But there is more like an open energy. There's less of a need to pretend you are someone you are not. People are more honest in what they feel, how they express, more free in that as well. If I would describe it, that's sort of what I felt. Tell us about the flies. You're funny. Anyway, if you have anything new in your experience, and I'm talking about the last 3 to 4 days, for me, that's where the shift happened. So if there's anything in your world changing, then it might be nice for others as well to know what you observed in yourself or what you observed in your world in communications mainly, because that might be helpful for others. So you might leave a comment after this video or in the chat. If it's still live, I would really appreciate that. That also means that we have a feeling we're not alone in all these changes, right? That's helpful. It supports people. We support each other. Yep. Let's see. Elf is taller. I have deleted the things that pushed me down. Good. Wow. Yep, I had a meltdown. Made a choice. Aho. It's all gone now. Wow. Awesome. Good job. Yeah. And it's all about choices. That's where our power is. In the now, we can make a different choice. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the campfire. Pew! I like this changing. Oh, I can leave my logo thingy title. That's not necessary. This is another creative idea I had. Let's go into that now. Number 2. I've had this vision, and I heard other people talk about it as well, about this more tribal feeling and about campfires and singing and dancing around the campfire. I know it's a very core symbolism is in there, but it's also important that it's a circle. So it's a coming together, a gathering. It has the element of the elementals of earth and fire, and I think it's core or essential to the start of life. It's similar to when before a baby, so there's a fetus and then the soul comes in. That's sort of like a fire energy as well. That's how I feel it. I probably not the right words or whatever, and other people are very eloquent in explaining all that. I just go by feeling and intuition. But there's this earth, so the body is like similar to earth, and then the fire, the soul comes in, and that gets expressed and has experiences, and then the soul merges back. It's never gone. It merges back into the whole. So we're already connected to all the other souls. Even if we think we are separate in this realm, we still are. And that's sort of what is also happening. that we now find the unseen connections, we recognize them. Let's check the chat. It's all gone now. Thanks, Mom. I'm not your mom. Nature's TV is what we call campfires here. Ah, Nature's TV. That's cool. Yeah. Everyone sits around it to share the warmth. Yeah, sharing. And fire allows you to stay up later and communicate with friends and develop language and shared concepts. Now you are, I can see that you are in your more serious and higher aspect now, where you are speaking from. And I want to honor you in that. And indeed, that's how language got developed, because I was talking to someone, and then I thought about like when, if we were hunter-gatherers first, which I doubt, but if, then somebody would see like a boar in the bushes somewhere, and then you would go get your mateys, so you go on a group hunt with the men, for example. So you have to explain to the other mates, hey, I've seen a boar, can't catch it alone. There's a there in the bushes. Come. So you would use signs and sounds, right? So the first thing probably was that we started to imitate animal sounds just to communicate, because it was about food, one of the main core things to keep living. Thanks, sis. Oh, I went from mother to sister. I might even be your brother. Anyway, so yeah, language indeed. And the other point you said was shared concepts and friendships. That's indeed, that's how we sort of evolved, by sharing ideas how we could become better hunters, or you make a new tool to hunt, or use different materials and make a different kind of weapon, or a different kind of thing to hold water, or you use an organ, right, of an animal, and then use that to carry water because it's more helpful, or easier than a wooden thing. So yeah, if you look at it from that perspective, although I doubt that's where it all started, then that would make sense, and that's how like the innate. So our bodies are sort of the earth, and that's more like animalistic. That's also a part of our brain and of our beingness, is that instinct. And I think we have suppressed exactly that animalistic part of ourselves when we merged with that reptilian brain, that fight, flight, freeze, fawn, because then stress, it got stuck. Instead of letting it go like an animal and shake it off, we were thinking more with the prefrontal cortex, so thought. So we became a higher evolved being by using the mind more than the heart and the animalistic parts, the instinct. And then the reptilian part kicked in, and then we had stress because there was a famine, or there was a war, or something else going on, and that kept us in a stuck state. And those who were living in tribes, like the native peoples, they often still had the knowledge how to get in touch with that more subconscious part, the animalistic, instinctual part, and how you can heal yourself or relax deeper, and so those stuck states can be relieved. So like a sweat hut, a sweat lodge thing. I have to translate it. So those are tools that the knowledge of how to do that, they kept that going. But the peoples that didn't have that tribal instinct anymore, they lost a lot of that knowledge. And therefore the mind did grow further, but the instinct got repressed the most. And I think that is what we are seeing now in the Western countries. There is less tribal instinct left. There's more mental evolving, you know, but there's less of how do we get back then to nervous system regulation, for example. And this teaches us now globally in how essential it is for the wholeness, so the entire beingness, to stay balanced within that and to really see how connectedness is the core thing of not just your survival, not just of some level of your life, but it's everything. So the entire idea of the individualization, like an ideology in the Western world, is exactly what has gone to the extreme and is now swinging back like a pendulum, and it will probably swing all the way back that we become so close we cannot even get rid of each other if we wanted to. And that will make us stronger as an entire humanity when we start to interact more and more with extraterrestrials or intraterrestrials. So in that sense, everything in time will become clear why it had to happen that way. And I'm not sure if I'm right, just some ideas. Let's see. Oh, you've written a lot. I believe signs are the most important. You can talk with your hands to people who don't speak your language. Yes, agreed. Tribes become civilization. Yeah, but it becomes too large, so the tribal feeling is gone. And that's actually also what makes the animalistic, instinctual part of you feel unsafe when it's too big of a group and you get subgroups. Social cohesion is very important, yes. I can speak with my hands to a dog and just gesture and show. Cool. Elf does anthropology as a hobby. If you want to ask anything specific, I can answer. Cool. With the tallest do human evolution, I made UL man alien. Ha ha ha. With the tallest. Don't know what you mean there. I'm a big typo too. No worries. If it's really important, you can always type it again. We have not evolved our senses. We have ignored them. Oh yes, we have. Or only the eyes were the only important senses and the rest was like, nah, don't use them. Talk to a person who actually lives in the woods. They will blow your mind. Oh, for sure. I've been watching a few videos of that. Yeah. Especially like women, 91 years old, living like way off in the mountains somewhere. All by themselves, self-sustaining. Wow. When you need your senses, they will activate. Oh, now you're talking about the inner senses, right? And the last one, turn off the power and the electricity and watch people turn into apex predators. Or maybe not, or maybe into gentle pets. Depending on who's the boss. Just a thought. food for thought. Let's see. So my idea for a campfire, that got a bit out of hand. I won't be reading every sentence in chat anymore. That will take me too much time, and I don't have that much energy yet. So, campfire and the tribes. I have an idea. I want to try to make like a campfire and songs, but then online, because I'm not able to really do that physically yet. And I think people would really like that. So you need like a video platform. I found it for free, and you can choose your own latency. So it's so the quality is a little bit less of the image and the audio, but then you can probably get it to do live singing together, and I can play my guitar or somebody else can play guitar, and we all have just like Zoom, but it's different, and then we can do songs together. And the idea is that we first gather songs that are awesome to sing together around a campfire. So American songs, English songs, and maybe some native songs could be cool too, or spiritual based songs like The River is Flowing is also a very good song to do. You can do canons, so that's when you do the sentence and another one starts later and you harmonize that way. I could give some tips about harmonizing. I've had a choir before. And in the future, what I would really like to do is have a light language choir. So that's almost like a temple. So your body as the temple, and then you all sing together for, with a purpose, with a higher purpose. That will be awesome, and with crystals and everything. But anyway, maybe, who knows. But for now, I think it's important that we gather and that we sing, or maybe even dance. You can dance in your living room and then share that in the picture as well. And then I hope I can put it all like as if we are sitting in circle. So I can take those screens from that video platform online, and then I can add those screens. So when I record that, then it looks as if we are around a circle. I think that will be an awesome technical project. So put in the comments below this video songs that you immediately thought of, like, oh, then I want that song. And then I'm going to study it. I'm going to make sure I have the lyrics ready with the chords. So when we do that, then I have it all prepped so everybody can see the text on screen. That's handy. So what do you think about that? I can sing some native Australian songs in my language. Cool. I have a tambourine. Awesome. California Dreaming. Okay, so put it afterwards in the comments, so then I can easily copy it, put it on a list, and I will prepare it if you would be so kind. Thank you. And also those Australian songs, because I don't think I know any Australian songs. Maybe one. Something about a koala or something in my childhood, but I'm not sure which one. Wow. Yeah. Here's Lola again. Hi. Thanks, little lassie. So, we are 16 minutes in. I've done my intro and my campfire. Did I miss something? Yeah, so it will be an online gathering with singing and a recording. Yeah. Okay, let's go to number 3. Then I need to change my scene, or can I? Yeah, I can leave this one. And now I'm gonna read an inspirational text that might be helpful. And this is the text that didn't go very well with the normal teleprompter, but I can just read it normally and just as a test, and I hope it inspires you. So here we go. Lola? Lola, what is it now? Here's my little Lola. What is it? What's up, little pussy? Hmm? What is it? Brr. Brr. Het is goed. Gaan we een verhaaltje voorlezen. Let's read a story. Go on. Oh, kom je gewoon kijken. And now my other cat is next to me as well. And sorry, there's a helicopter flying over. Okay, let's take a drink. Luna is the cat from Sailor Moon, who is also a black cat. It's Lola, like a black Lola. He's the one who gives all the girls their magical powers. Cool. So now I'm gonna read. It's a short read. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about slowing down. Not because life should always be slow, but because sometimes our own rhythm gets buried under expectations, under pressure, under all the things we think we should do. Have you ever noticed that the moment you finally sit down, your mind starts running, like looping? I should do this, and I have an email to answer, I've got to clean the kitchen, finish that project, call that person, anything except rest. It's strange, isn't it? Our body asks for stillness. But our mind keeps pulling us back into movement. Nature doesn't do that. A tree doesn't hurry. A flower does not compare itself to another flower. You're more prettier than me. And the clouds don't compete. They simply move. Maybe we're meant to be a little bit more like that. Not rushing, not forcing, just growing one moment at a time. And sometimes nothing seems to happen. Days pass, maybe weeks, and you wonder, am I stuck? Have I failed? Am I lost? Or did I just lose my direction in life? But then, one morning, you notice something. You feel a little lighter, a little calmer, a little more yourself. And you realize something. What was happening all along, it just couldn't be seen yet. Roots of a tree grow before branches, also unseen. Maybe that's true for us humans too. Maybe the invisible work isn't less important. Maybe it's the most important work of all. So today, I have one question for you. If you didn't have to prove anything today, how would you spend the next 10 minutes? Just notice what answer appears. Don't force it, just listen. Thank you for spending these moments with me. And take good care of yourself. Aho. End of my little script. What did you think? Oh, there was a message that did not wasn't okay according to YouTube to be published. I become more like stone and more still and resilient. Like a gentle melting. I need stability before growth. Indeed, we all need stability. So the foundation, those are the roots in this story. A foundation to build on, exactly. And another message that got held back. Lol, sorry. Hey, you're fighting a machine. I'm not gonna budge in. Was honest, hey, I'm male, lol. It was your answer to this question. Just take the next best one. And do you really think it's healthy? Wouldn't it be healthier to connect with humans around you? And so maybe you get a relationship. Because I'm not interested in one. So energetically, that's not what I'm gonna allow in my field. You know. Anyway, thank you for joining my idea about the teleprompting and reading this inspirational text. I guess you did want to join in. So thank you for that. But maybe take it less literal. Don't know. I'm figuring it out. I'm taller than most. Then you're a tall tree. So you need deeper roots. Maybe that's where you should point that attention instead of on a fly or me. Ah. Hey, Danny! Hey. You did say first work, next 10 minutes, and I did. Yeah, exactly. You did what I asked for a question. You answered the question. It's just not allowed by YouTube. Hey. As you are coming in later, Danny, I had 4 subjects and I just finished the 3rd one. But it might be interesting. The first subject was that there is a big shift for me personally, or maybe in the collective as well, in what I saw in energy around me and in conversations with humans. And it would be nice if you would rewatch and then put in the comments what you have experienced, or maybe now in the chat. And the second part was an idea I have about a campfire, this one, and then with an online video system similar to Zoom. It's free, and I want to test if we can sing together, and then put those pictures that's usually like squares also placed in a square, and I can use OBS and then place everyone a little bit cropped maybe, and place them in a circle around this campfire, so as if we are really around a campfire, and then we can sing songs together or dance. And I would like to start making a list of songs. So what is the first song that comes to mind for you to sing when you are sitting around a campfire with your soul tribe? And then I'm gonna make a list, make sure I have the lyrics, and I have the lyrics with the chords, so anybody with an instrument can play along as well. And it's going to be so fun. So what do you think? Would that be a cool idea? So that was my second thing. And the third thing was a little a talk. I was rehearsing a teleprompter thing, and that didn't go very well, and I asked AI to rewrite it like in a short way, and I just put it as a regular text, and I scroll myself, and I just recorded that, so it's more like a living text. And the funny part is we already had a talk, Puck Elf and me, about that, about the animalistic brain and the reptilian brain, and a little bit like how we evolve as humans. And it was already in that subject, going there somehow. That's so pretty. Of course, I did practice that subject beforehand. And now the last part I want to do, I will first read your comments, but then the last section for today will be a 10-minute silent meditation together, and I will be here and doing it as well. And I have a simple black screen and me in the picture, and a 10-minute timer that counts down, and a little bell at the end, so it will be like very zen, and I can lead you in. So if you want to join me for that, you can, you don't have to. I also have these silent meditations in all sorts of lengths, like from 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, to up to 60 minutes or something. So you can lengthen it yourself. And it's the same bell, it's the same balanced audio at the start and at the end. It's very simple. I did that a little bit with a OBS script, so it's similar, it's the same, so it's trustworthy, you know, for yourself. And you can just go through that playlist, and there's also a short example of a 10-minute one where I am also in the picture, and to go through. And now my cats are going a bit nuts because I'm live, probably. Hey, Terry is here too. Okay, let's first read, and then we might do a chat first, and then the silent meditation at the end. Let's see. Danny said hi. Elf says, I'm gonna work on it like starting a fire. Lol. Yeah. And I have to, oh, I love karaoke, says Elf. And then I just get drunk with the tambourine and make up a song about the people around me. Oh, that's dangerous. No, humans can't keep up with our own tech. We too smart. We need hugs and touch and people and community, not online platforms. You're so right about that. But for those who don't have that or cannot do that yet, we still need it online, just for the feel of it. Hi, Terry. I'm so lucky to catch you live. Hugs and love for you. Ah, love back and hugs back to you. And Elf says, our brain too good, heart is neglected. Oh yes. Greetings. Oh, Terry, you wrote something that YouTube thinks is very naughty, but in this case it's absolutely not. I'm gonna click show. I am fun size, not short. Was that comment? I wouldn't know you, but online. Yeah. So now we're talking about tall people and short people, and that's so funny. Like with Julia, then I was talking to her online, watching her videos and everything, and then she went to that conference, and all of a sudden there was a picture of her next to Dr. Amir and Drago. That was in December, and then you could already see that she was quite shorter than the other ones, and then the last conference. And it's actually so surprising, because if someone has like a big energy, you expect them to be tall, but I think it's independent of each other. So even someone who's very tall might have like a tiny energy field or something. So maybe that's way more connected to the heart frequency, like what Elf said. It's more like heart based, you know, your energy. And Elf says, I'd rather live like a bee and be happy smelling a happy flower. Heart emoji. Yeah, happy bees. So you're not gonna join the campfire then, Elf? You don't do online campfires? Well, you're doing one now. So Terry, did you notice anything in the last few days in the collective energy, or in your own life, or in how you perceive energy? That was my first talking point today, because there's been quite a change for me. There's more, but I'm not going to share everything, you know. Some needs to be private still. Not that I'm ashamed or anything, but it's not necessary. Elf says, I do many things. I'm taller. Yeah, because your handle nowadays is the tallest ones. So we know you are tall. That's why the conversation steers towards tall, because that's the new handle you created, or new account name. I like Puck Elf better. So are we ready to to do a chat, or are we ready for a silent meditation 10 minutes together? Can you give me a 1 for chat and a 2 for a meditation together? So 2 if you want to meditate, and 1 if you just want to chat. I've been doing my personal work, but yes, energy shift was felt, says Terry. Ah, you felt it too. Cool. Now you're talking amongst yourselves. I'm not going to read that out loud. Yeah. It's so important to keep doing the personal inner excavation, or the unwinding of your ball of wool tangled up like a little chaos ball of energy, and then once you pull one thread, a lot of the other threads come along, and then you have to pull that one and that one and that one, and then you think, oh, now I've cleared a lot, and then there's more. So the example of like it's like an onion with layers, but then there is always still this core part left, you know. So while you're living, you're also learning. I guess that's the green part of the onion or something, or the wool itself. Life itself is always evolving. So maybe we can relax a little after, if you've done the inner work for like years and years and years and years, then maybe there comes a point when you have to just live again. And if there's a trigger, of course you deal with it, but you don't go looking for it. You stop trying to fix yourself, you know. It's more like, okay, this is what it is now. This is what I'm dealing with. This is my inside. This is what gets projected on the outside. It is what it is. Don't try to judge it. And then deal with that as well as you can in the moment. That's what I try to do. Not very successful yet, but who needs to be successful? I'm alive. That's successful. Let's see. Elf wants to chat. That's 1-1. And Terry asks me what I want to do. I was asking you first. My soul is getting dug up and resurrected into a leash, a light, or a leash, something like layers of an onion. Yep. Elves likes baked onions, baked with lamb. So just mentioning an onion got into haute cuisine. Cool. Accept and love yourself while living and loving. Yes, both inside and out. You are too. Yes, Terry, peace can only come from within. You are successful. Yeah. I can't force people to understand me and move on. I have to not talk to them and move on my own. I'm doing much better, says Puck Elf. Yeah, so the need to be understood is underneath that. What if you don't need to be understood? You just go find the people that understand you. Hey, life can be simple. And maybe it did teach you valuable lessons in that you now know how it feels when you are not being understood. And what if you don't need that anymore? Because you understand yourself better. Mm. Because if you fully love yourself, then somehow all that needing from someone else something is slowly melting too. Just like that melting from like a harsh or hard outer protection layer or around your heart, like you've been wounded and hurt so much that you start to protect yourself, which is very normal and understandable. And then when that softens and the vulnerability can come out, and then maybe there's no more bullying or whatever we shall call it, but then there is still that non-reciprocal, that vulnerability you now, open-heartedness you now share, that needs a loop somehow. But it's not a needing from I lack, but it's a natural need. Just like animals need food, we need connection. So it's a core need. It's not a mental, I need this. Like, I need the last iPad, whatever. No, that's a mental thing. That's not what you truly need. That's what you think you need. So yeah, it's nice if that vulnerability comes back at you, and then there's that infinity that it keeps flowing, and you can flow your love to others as well, and it's effortless because you are filled up already. So the more you can be in the heart space, you already have a flow going with source and the earth, so that flow with others is natural. It's just there. Yes, I will not become a soul vampire. Oh, let's see, I'm a bit behind in the chat now. I can't force people to understand me and move on. Yeah, that was that. It's hard to make friends with heavy abandonment issues. Slightest thing triggers me. Ah, yes. Yes. But where have you abandoned yourself, Puck Elf? Slowly, step by step, doing that less will make it less of a trigger. Then it will be more doable. Yeah. I need to find my own peace before I can have friends again. We all need that. But a little bit of peace and a little bit more in your heart, and the ability to stay in your heart when you speak, and when you're triggered, that you stop speaking for a moment and observe yourself like, oh, I want to say this. Is that really helpful right now? Can I let it go? Maybe difficult. Can I choose to just not express it now, but later on write it in a diary, and then I write it all in every detail I wanted to express? Sometimes that's more helpful. Or you write a song about it. That's what I used to do. Yes, I will not become a soul vampire. I'll just resurrect my own skeletons. That sounds like a pirate. Sharing feelings helps us feel validated. That's true, but what if you no longer need to be validated? How would that feel? It's a bit of a long shot. I don't want to share it anyway. Let it go if you can't get there yet. It's okay. Knowing you are whole just as you are, says Terry. It's about remembering who we are and breaking the programming, staying kind. Easier said than done. Lol. I'm working daily on it. Yes, you're hitting the nail perfectly with humor. Love that. And then I'm digging into why I self-sabotage. But that is the programming. Yeah. I still do too, for sure. I thought I was self-sabotaging, says Elf. Then I realized it was my own mother gaslighting me. Yes. But that might leave a trace of programming where you keep the gaslighting as a self-sabotaging program and you keep doing that to yourself. So just like an abandonment wound, then in your childhood somewhere you felt abandoned, whether that was the true reality doesn't even matter, but you perceived it as such. That's the trauma. And then you internalize that and you keep abandoning yourself by doing things that are not beneficial or helpful, like in how you treat your body or how you do like physical hygiene, or how you are, how you treat others. Sometimes they're self-sabotage too, because you're too afraid to trust someone again, so you would rather be shushed off, right? So you create drama unknowingly. I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but that is part of a trauma response, right? So then that is how it expresses an old wound, in that you push people further away instead of come closer. So you get these opposite forces. You need more people, but then you push them away. And that's very typical for childhood wounding. And that is what only we ourselves, with our heart, our presence, and our patience, and keep loving yourself through that. Yes, I can't heal my trauma. Oh, hang on, I'm skipping. Terry said, I use the think method before I say anything. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspirational? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Oh, I'm gonna steal that. Can I copy the text? I love that, Terry. Where is that think method? Oh, now I'm copying the wrong text. Oh, let's see. But that's awesome. Oh, I can find it probably later. Or not. I will make a short note of it. Think method. I like that. So what was it again? Think method. True, helpful, inspirational, kind. True, helpful, inspirational, and kind. Are you taking notes too, Elf? There's a wise woman here, an elder. Terry is her name. She spoke. She's experienced. Thank you. Yes, I can't heal my trauma by convincing people to stop. I need to cut them off and move on. It's very hard. Think of it as temporarily necessary so you can see your own programming in a more clear light and heal yourself better. And once you return, you are able to catch it on the fly without letting it overwhelm you as much anymore. So you get less triggered and you can learn how to stay strong in love. My peace needs to come from within. Yeah. I treat others poorly because I treat myself poorly as well. Yes, yes, that's it. It's my suit of many fucking spines. Yeah. Thanks, Mom. You have good language. Men don't have to explain this shit. Thanks for the humor. And Terry says, Puck, I'll call you Mr. Tall. You are correct. Happiness, peace, joy, fulfillment all come from within. Yes. It's okay to not be around toxic people. It's necessary. It's not a must, but it is necessary. The disconnect is needed before the new healthy relating can come online again. That is part of like the reset of the individual and the collective. It's okay not to be around them. Be open to people who are not toxic. Yes, and he is. He's with us. Although I might still have some toxicity. I'm honest. I'm not perfect. So it's okay to be a bit vigilant, but you can still relax. You don't have to keep scanning constantly. Just sense deeper. Sense more that inner animal that we all are. I guess that's what the whole nervous system regulation is also about. Feel your inner animal. Is it like a cat, relaxed and purring? Or is it like constantly? Terry has just stumbled and put her foot in her mouth too many times. Ah, yes. That's how you learn. So it's okay, Elf, if you still have to put a sock in your mouth. But you are the one who has to do it. Don't let others put that sock in your mouth. That's why I don't believe in all that censorship stuff, because we have to learn and grow. Puck, give yourself grace. You build coping mechanisms. Yeah. And I always say about the coping mechanisms that might be annoying once you grow sort of over them and you still do them as an automatic thing. Because we're behavioral animals, you know, we keep repeating the same behavior because it kept us alive. But then I always do this little thing where I put my hand on my heart and I say, thank you, coping mechanism, and I call out what the mechanism is. Thank you for helping me survive this long. But I have grown, I've learned new techniques, and I want to do those now because we've tested them. I know they work too, or better. So I'm thanking you for your job you did. And you're allowed to gently go out of my life now or take a new position in my life. And I honor you. And that might sound really weird. But then the relationship to the coping mechanism itself can soften and become gentler. And that's way better than saying, I don't want you or need you anymore. Get out! To the coping mechanism. It's part of you. It's what helped you survive. It's your resilience. It's your strength. It's your oomph. It needs honor. You're still here. Elf forms a group hug. Group hug. It's like Voltron or Captain Planet group hugs. I don't know those. Elf pickup line. You smell good now that you stink. Yeah, that's an awesome push away sentence. Primitive and vocal and honest. No, that's not honest. That's an insult. You stink. That's okay, but that's just what it is. We hug you back. Yes. We hug you back. Cool. So, my question, do you want to chat or do you want a meditation, was very clear. Chat time. And I'm slowly gonna either stop the stream or we will do the silent meditation for 10 minutes. If you don't want to do it, just say no. Then I know I don't have to do it today for you guys, but then I will, I might do it for other people who watch the show later, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway then, but then you can leave. That's okay too. You're all free to go whenever you want. Terry says, sounds good, Felicia. Recognizing and honoring. Yeah. We hug you back. Yes, hugs. Okay, meditation for Terry. And Puck, you gonna stay? We'll just see. Gonna shift my scenery because that's where my timer thingy is. And it starts straight away, so let's make a little bit of a preparation. So make yourself comfortable, whether you are sitting or standing or laying down. Well, standing, I wouldn't do this standing now. Well, you could, but not now when we're practicing this. Sigh a little, lassie. I bet you're like 5.5 feet tall. And Terry says, thank you. Oh, there was one up there. I'm sitting here in my elf stainless tunic, like a Faraday cage. Okay, sis, I'll listen. Okay, you're gonna listen. I mean the tallest. No comment. Let's do the meditation. Okay, it's a silent meditation. That means all the kitties have to be silent as well. I might have to mute my microphone. That might be best. Or hang on, I will feed them quickly, then I'll come back. So I'm gonna do my be right back thingy for a moment. I'll be back after I've fed the cats, and then we do the meditation, right? Yep. Oh dear. Yeah, Homer! Dinner for the kitties. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, poor kitties. Hungry. And back. Let's see. Campfire. No. Yeah, I was at the campfire. And back. Me or Puck, or both. She's mum, sis, and lassie. Random words. Something looks like a banana, says Terry. or like grandma, grandmother. And again, about how tall someone is was just a funny name from an alien cartoon. Buck, I think that is tall. Okay, you're tall. I'm tall. Everybody's tall. And short at the same time, maybe. Let's get into the mood. Let's go into the silent meditation. 10 minutes. You can place a hand on your heart and another hand on your belly. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And you can use your breath to breathe in deeply to the belly and out again. And you might notice the tempo of the breath, the depth of the breath. But the only goal we have is just to be, like the animal lying on your lap, almost like a purr without purring. That's all, for 10 minutes. And if you're ready, we will start now. hope you heard the bell. We're slowly coming back to the here and now. So move your fingers and hands, your feet into the earth and wiggle your body a bit. Breathe in and stretch. Even if you stopped earlier than the end, you can do a stretch and a yawn. Do things animals do. Meow, meow. I'm still in a live show, dear one. Wait. Hope you're all back. I saw that Elf couldn't last the whole time. Nothing someone else does can make you feel anything unless you want to or believe they can. Don't give your power away, and especially not to me. How do you heal pain? You give it love. Felicia, N means necessary in the think acronym. I didn't come up with it. So I read it and thought it would help me. Yeah, thank you. So the N is for necessary. Hang on. Back. So inspirational and then necessary and kind. Yeah, and then I have to save it. Oh, live show with the date, and then I can find it back. Thank you. Oh, let's go back to the campfire. I like that better. Please let me know if you experienced anything or how difficult it was to do the meditation. Puck, it can be difficult to sit in silence sometimes, says Terry. Yeah. Thank you, Felicia. Oh, you're welcome. Elf can't last the whole time. Hey, but how long did you last? You can look back in the timestamps and then you can look back. Maybe you can do the 3-minute meditation. I have a 3-minute silent meditation exactly like this, but then a countdown timer of 3 minutes. Then do that for like 3 days and then you do the 4-minute one. And you don't have to get to the end. There is no goal. It's just a daily practice. And you notice that after a while you can do it longer. So just start to do it daily. And if it stays at like a 5-minute one daily, it's already very beneficial just by doing it. And even if you're in a mood like I don't want to do it, just do it. Think of it like brushing your teeth or your first cup of coffee in the morning. Add the 5-minute silence in. It's just a thing. Nothing more. Or if it's really, really difficult, then you can also meditate. It is different. It's a little bit less deep. But when you do chores, to do them as consciously as possible. The thing with that is that after you do that for longer, like 6 weeks or 3 months, you have to let it go again. Otherwise you do everything consciously, constantly, and then it takes energy from you. But to learn how to move consciously when you pick something up, like it's sacred, you know, and back again. That's a little bit like Japanese style, Shinto feeling. Like everything has a purpose, everything has a place. So nothing is like, oh, just discard it, or oh, just pick it up and don't even look at it. So that attention is what is the sacredness. Yeah, so where you place your focus. And if you do that more slowly than what you normally do, that is already a meditation. So if you want to have a goal, make the goal to slow down. That might be helpful. And I like the walks in the park mostly because then there's also the energetic balancing. It's easier to meditate in a park, and you can, put audio on your ears or nothing. I like the silence. But that's personal. Now my eyes are too tired to read the chat. Awesome. Can I zoom in somehow? Let me try with a quick... yes, I can make it bigger. I need a sip of coffee now. How long have I been online? Whatever, an hour? Maybe? I don't know. Or live, I mean. Anyway. I don't know how Anchor Haven does this, but saying things and reading the chat, it's like a double chore. I'm not able to do it simultaneously. I used to be able to do those things, like multitasker, but no more. So now I'm focused on the chat for a moment. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that was that. Park you in a safe space here. Asks the rock before you move it. Well, because it moved. That's not helpful. You're sharing too much personal information, Elf. Anyway, why do you follow? And then a lot of text. Woo-wee! I told Julia off like a savage. She hates me. Oh no, that's not true. She just hates certain words in her chat room. And as it is her live stream, she gets to decide that. So I would suggest you make a live stream. Simple as that. It's okay, Felicia, says Terry. Go at your own pace. Yeah, I have to. My brain is no longer able to do twice things double. Anyway. Don't talk about my sister that way. Huh? Anyway, I'm not gonna interfere or talk about anything that happened between you and Julia, because that's your business, and I don't think it's necessary at all. And in the bigger scale of things, from a higher dimension, it's absolutely, how do you say? It's not even a thing, Love is the only thing. So if it's not love, then there's a path to follow back through breadcrumbs back to love. So how are you gonna get back to love? Well, first get back to self-love. That's what I've been hearing you saying in the chat. And then the rest will come. So if for now you say, oh, she hates me, or I hate her, or whatever, it's meaningless. The word hate doesn't exist. Sort of. I need some hybrid babies next. Roffel, what the fuck? You have a way with words. I'm drunk as a skunk and baked as a cake. That rhymes. Yes, I don't say a bad word about here other than I fucked up. Okay, well, that's clear. And then 2 more comments that got withheld by YouTube. I didn't say anything bad about her, just that I'm the dick. Relax. I can show that one. Yeah, so you just admitted that your behavior was not appropriate and you named it in a rough way, and she doesn't like rough text or words also. Anyway, I didn't say I hated her. I said some bad words. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop reading your comments now, Elf, and I'm not even gonna see whether I want to show them or not, because it's not my hobby to do censoring or admin stuff on people. If you can't speak normal English, then maybe it's not supposed to be read by other people. Clear? Yeah. There's also common sense. It's time to go now. I hope you enjoyed the 4 subjects we dealt with today, and that the silent meditation was helpful in some way. Please leave a comment under this video if you have anything useful to say or helpful for other people. I would really appreciate that. And mainly the song titles for the campfire idea. And I will get back to the campfire idea. And next time I might discuss some more about the apps. Although I haven't been building apps much, I've been distracted and looking into some other ideas and things of where I want to take my inspirations and everything. But that's for another time. So thank you for being here, everyone in the live chat. Terry and Danny was here, and Elf. Thank you for your contribution to the whole. See you next time, and have a lovely day or evening. Bye bye. Thank you. I'll find a cow. Okay, go find a cow.